Nearly 1 year into his presidency, President Biden says he's doubling down on the fight against COVID, with Omicron racing across the country.
Bottom line on COVID-19 is that we're in a better place than we've been and have been thus far, clearly better than a year ago.
The caseload in New Jersey this past month making up more than a quarter of all cases in the state since the start of the pandemic.
Put simply, an Omicron tsunami has washed across our state.
The CDC predicting about 32,000 more people could die over the next 2 weeks.
More legal trouble for the Trump Organization. In a new court filing, the New York Attorney General accusing former President Trump of fraudulent and misleading business practices.
The state attorney general said former President Trump and his namesake family firm repeatedly misrepresented the value of its real estate holdings as part of a pattern to make it seem like Trump was wealthier than he actually was. Fees to a Trump golf club that were never collected, mansions on a private estate never built, and 20,000 extra square feet on his own apartment in Trump Tower that never existed. The disclosures were part of a motion to compel the former president and 2 of his children to testify in a civil investigation. The Trumps have denounced that investigation. They're fighting the subpoenas and have denied wrongdoing.
The suspect now in custody for the gruesome murder of UCLA graduate student Brianna Cooper, one of 3 random killings just 72 hours apart. Cooper's accused killer, Sean Laval Smith, who was out on bail, has a lengthy arrest record in California and the Carolinas, including vandalism, trespassing, and weapons charges. Smith allegedly stabbing the 24-year-old in the middle of the day at the furniture store where she was working alone, seen in this surveillance video just minutes after the murder. Cooper's heartbroken father in shock.
You don't want to hear it, you want to not believe it.
That same day, Los Angeles police say another homeless man, Carrie Bell, struck 70-year-old nurse Sandra Shells in the face at a bus stop, her skull fracturing as she hit the ground. Police found Bell, who's been arrested previously in several states, sleeping a short distance from the scene of the attack.
Newly declassified videos showing that botched U.S. drone strike in Kabul in August that killed 10 Afghan civilians in the wake of that devastating attack on the Kabul airport. The video showing the U.S. military tracking a car suspected of belonging to an ISIS-K terrorist, but it belonged to an aid worker for an NGO instead. The car was parked in a family compound when the missile struck. 10 civilians were killed, including that aid worker and 7 children.
The 2 suspects in the murder of Memphis rapper Young Dolph appeared before a judge for the first time. They face multiple charges, including first-degree murder. 23-year-old Justin Johnson and 32-year-old Cornelius Smith declined public defenders and asked for more time to hire their own attorneys before their next court hearing, scheduled for January 28th. Their arraignment comes 2 months after Dolph was shot and killed while visiting Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies, a bakery in South Memphis that the rapper was known to frequent. He was 36 years old. Cardi B says she's covering funeral costs for the families of the victims of the Bronx high-rise fire. Mayor Eric Adams announcing the rapper and Bronx native had offered to pay the burial costs for all 17 people killed in that fire. In some cases, that includes repatriation, since many of the victims, having come from West Africa, would be buried in the Gambia. In a statement, Cardi B said, "I cannot begin to imagine the pain and anguish that the families of the victims are experiencing, but I hope that not having to worry about the costs associated with burying their loved ones will help as they move forward and heal." This is the city's deadliest fire in 3 decades.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.